In this video I'm going to go through some of the other features of the EnergyTracker client, and in particular the charting and the additional configuration and customisations that you can perform in the EnergyTracker client. So to demonstrate this, we'll go to a full screen and we'll work with our charts. So in any case, you can right click on the chart and you'll bring up the context menu. We can do things like open up the data editor, and you'll notice at the bottom there's a little slider bar, and sometimes this will be all the way over to the left, and if you drag it all the way over to the right, you'll see the actual current values that are being plotted at the moment. And if we roll our mouse over the various data values, what you'll see is it highlight in the chart. As you can see there, it's just rolling over, showing you the actual area which the value represents. And we also have a slider bar at the bottom of the chart, which allows you to roll back through the chart to see what has been plotted previously. Now, the chart itself actually shows somewhere between 8 hours and 24 hours worth of data, and it really does depend on how often it's receiving information from the data processing engine, and this can be controlled through the administration console. In that way, you can speed up and slow down how often information is received by the client. Now we can do additional tasks such as open up the legend, so we know exactly what lines are being plotted in this real-time chart. You'll notice there are 3 lines being plotted, even though we're only really looking at simulated office as our site, so that's what the gauges up the top are representing. But what you can do in the EnergyTracker client is overlay information into the real-time charts that includes not only the simulated office, and if we browse our mouse over the legend item you'll see it highlight, but also other sites. So if you wanted to see what the other sites were doing in relation to, say, the simulated office or the factory floor and the head office, then you can turn on those overlays, and I'll show you where you can do that in just a moment. So if we go to the options, go to My Gauges and Charts, you can see here that we have a couple of lists. The first one is where we can display and hide the different gauges. So we can turn on solar, for example. If we save that, you'll see the solar gauge has now appeared. We can do things like move the order of the gauges around, so we can move solar up to the front there, hit save, and you'll see that gauge has shown up at the front there. We can do other things such as these are all our sites, and we can turn off the overlays. You can save that, and so you can see now we're only looking at the simulated office. Now you can't turn off the site that is actually being selected for view in the gauges. That always has to remain on, but you can turn on the other sites for overlaying additional chart information. And we can do other things as well. We can actually display up to 4 charts at any one point in time, and the only limitation really is real estate. So the bigger the screen, the higher the resolution, the more information you can display on the screen. We allow up to 4 charts, so you can now view something like power factor. And you can see here the chart has split into, the area is split into two charts. We can choose something else including voltage. It's gone into 3, and for the final one we could do something like amperage. And so now you can see we've got 4 real-time charts all overlaid from the sites we have selected, and all you do is click on save, and that actually saves that view. So the next time that you load up the EnergyTracker client, all these settings that you have here will automatically be loaded back in. You can actually save these as custom views simply just by typing in a new name and hitting save. And you can also load other views such as the default, and that will automatically load that view for you. So this is a great way of customizing precisely how you want your charts to appear. One of the good features is spreading out the view and scrunching it up, and what we mean by that is if you click on the up arrow, you can see that it's compressing the amount of data actually visible on the screen, and you can actually then just go back and it'll spread it out so you see less, and it gives you more detail or less detail depending on what you would like to view. And that's the primary focus of the charts, is just the display of all this information in real time. We can do other things as well, such as automatically change the gallery types if we want. We can change colors. We can open up the toolbox, and with these charts we can do things like go clustered view. We can go 3D, which is a nice way of doing it. And then what you can do is, if we go back into my gauges and charts, you can actually save that chart view so that it appears in this list. And the way that we do that, so if we just close this, we can save a custom chart. You just type in the name of the chart that you would like to call this, and just do that now. Hit apply, close that, and then if we go back, oh, that's wrong. If we go back here, my gauges and charts, you'll see that my chart appears down the bottom. So we can go back to default, just as an example, and choose my chart, and you'll see that it's changed it, and now that chart view has been saved. And that's all we really need to show for this video. We'll cover up some more items in the next one.